welcome back to the channel. Earlier today we took a short video and we showed you all the bees flying around in the front. So they are very active today. I think right now it's about 57 degrees out. I do want to open up just for one to check if they are alive yet. I'm thinking they all are, but I want to make sure. And for two, to see if they need any more food. I also did pick up some pollen patties to add to the hives this morning when we were at the local bee store. And based on their suggestion, they said to add the pollen patties now because there are bees in areas of Wisconsin that are bringing in pollen. So, and with the colonies getting smaller like they have, we want to promote the brood and that they are laying the eggs and that they're making new bees, because with all the bees that have been out flying all winter long when they shouldn't have been, it's shortened their lifespan. So they're dying off way faster than what we would want them to. So I'm going to start with this first hive because this is the one I'm most concerned about. I've seen the least activity in and out of this hive. So I do want to start with this one just to see what they're doing. Originally, what I wanted to do today is I bought an endoscope that I wanted to use to check inside the hive, but it's so nice out, so now I can actually open up the hive. So we'll save that for a different day. So as you can see, there are bees flying everywhere. And here's the quilt box that we use, which is full of pine shavings. And I know some people feel that this is too much ventilation. It's what works for me. It's worked in the past. My bees have survived very cold winters with this, but given the fact that we do in Wisconsin have these temperatures that go way up and way down, these quilt boxes are what does work for me. And it's not saying it's the only right way to do it, but there are many ways that you can set up your hive. This is what was recommended to me. This is what I do. So this quilt box is filled with pine shavings, and yes, there are holes here with screens on the inside, but what that does is it lets the moisture out and there's some ventilation for the hive. So this first hive, there are bees in here. They didn't eat much of their candy board or their sugar board that I've made them. So I am going to take a quick peek to see what the cluster looks like. And not sure if you can see, I mean, there's bees. It's not probably as full as I would like, but they're definitely alive. So I'm really happy about that. So I don't need to add sugar to this one, but I am going to add a pollen patty just to help promote building this colony back up, so that by the time spring comes, then we should be in better shape for spring. Originally, my goal for this spring, that was before we had this winter that we're having, was that I wanted to split some hives, but if they're not big enough when spring comes, I can't do that. So we'll cover these guys up. And then we're going to move down to the end hive. And the reason we're going to do that is that's the hive I see the next least activity. But these two middle ones, the bees have been just like, there's just crazy amount of bees coming in and out of the front of them. So I'm going to save those for last. Okay, so there are some dead bees in here, but there's also some live bees in here. So what I am going to do is just try to get rid of some of these, the dead ones for them. And there are some here that are alive. They're eating the pollen or the winter patties that I fed earlier in the year. All I want to do is just, because it's so nice out, I just want to get a look at what size clusters I have at this point. Oh, this one's looking a lot better than that first hive. So that's kind of cool. That's good. And they're not exactly happy that we opened them up like that. I am going to add a little extra sugar brick to here They may or may not need it, but the reason I do want to add it is because if it does get cold the next few weeks, I don't want to have to open them up. So my whole thing is if I don't have to open them, I don't want to. We'll add that in there. These guys aren't super happy with me. Can't blame them. Look out. Real gently trying to put this down so I don't crush them. All right. Okay, we're good there. So yeah, they're a little irritated with me at this point, but that's all right. So one thing I didn't think of, since it's beginning of March, I should have probably brought my smoker. So with that one hive getting a little bit irritated with us, we decided to go get the smoker lit and bring that out. I should have probably done that right from the beginning, but I guess I don't always think of that when it's the beginning of March. Anyway, so now we're going to open up this hive just to see where they're at. That's not going to work. All right, these guys have plenty of sugar here. Yeah, some dead bees. I'm just going to try to clean out of here a little bit. All right, so let's see what they're doing inside. Hopefully they don't get as frustrated with us. Just a little bit of smoke here. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to be super crowded in here, but of the two hives that weren't was my first and my third one. So we'll give them some brood, or not some brood, but some pollen, so that to help promote the making of brood. Just these guys off of there. Put this pollen patty in here. And the pollen patties I'm using is Apis Biologic Patties, 15% pollen. It's a 2-pack. I think I paid like $9.56 for a 2-pack of these. So we'll just put that in there and get them covered back up. Sure the insulation, the cozy insulation's good on there. All right, let's move that over. And now this hive has been I'm just going to go around front and just smoke them a little bit. This has been the one where I've seen the most activity out of. And just today, it's just packed in the front there. Look at that. Like, this one is just thriving. I just don't even think I need to open it up any further than that. I mean, look at these guys. They are going through a lot of food. But yeah, this is definitely by far my fullest hive at this point. I mean, a lot can change by spring, but I'm definitely going to put that pollen patty in there and probably an extra sugar brick. And they do have some of that sugar left, but at the same time, I don't know what's going to happen these next few weeks. Last year, April 1st, we got like 18 inches of snow on April Fool's Day. So you just never know in Wisconsin what's going to happen. All right. Put this in there. I'm just trying to be real gentle as to not crush anybody. We'll put that there for them. Because, yeah, it looks like they've pretty much eaten up most of their winter patty I put in the last time. A lot of the sugar I put in is like just about gone. So they're just really doing well in this hive. And it's so weird how one hive compared to the next one right next to it, and everything's done the exact same way for both hives, and they're so different. And they're both the same. They're both carnelians, but just there's such a huge difference. It kind of surprises me. So that's it for today. I'm glad to see that they're all still alive. I mean, it doesn't mean they're going to make it till spring, but I'm going to try to do everything I can to get them there. Um, you know, it's still going to be a long winter until there's enough pollen out there to keep them going. But they're going to be active. They're, especially with all these warm temperatures. I think this week it's supposed to get in the 60s and probably close to 70 again. So they're going to be out here. They're going to be active. But we'll continue providing you updates on how the bees are doing and different things that you can do to help keep yours surviving till spring. All right, have a great day. Now I'm going to go in and get this suit off.